Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game between the rank 1 player, Pasta, recent rank 1 player, playing as 5e, and he's going up against somebody with an incredibly long name, Callie the Red Mist Legendary Colour Fixer, and he's playing 82nd Airborne. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployment, and the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so these are the deck reviews. When I got the replay, I assumed it was a 2v2, because this guy has a very, very long name. Starts with Callie, though, so we'll be calling him Callie. So, 82nd Airborne, he really likes 82nd Airborne, so he's very good at it, actually. Played against him myself, 82nd Airborne. It's basically, it gets there first, and then it kind of sits there for the rest of the game, but not really. You do have to keep attacking around the sides and stuff, otherwise your enemy just pushes you straight out. So it's actually not a terrible div. I mean, there are no terrible divs, truly, apart from Berlin Gropers and 17Y. They're pretty terrible divs, but it's not too easy to execute. I mean, so basically it's kind of like the bell curve, that at the very lowest level you've got the Airborne players and they win games because they just get there first and sit there, right? And then the middle players, they're kind of better at pushing people out. And then at the high end, you've got the very high APM Airborne players, where they get there first, and then they don't just sit there, they keep attacking and probing and using smoke and stuff. And so Airborne kind of makes a comeback towards the very top, but it's just so much harder to execute. So the rank 1 player, Mix 90, or sorry, he was a rank 1 last season. This season, it's this guy, although it keeps changing around. He plays Airborne, and he does a very good job of that. Apart from that, at the highest level, like in tournaments and stuff, the only other person playing Airborne is me playing Corpus, because I think it's funny. So yeah, going through the... Sorry, I was just getting something up there. Going through the deck review, I mean, all of this comes down to kind of personal preference. Like I say, plays a lot of Airborne. The aero rifles are generally considered quite a weak squad. The Chinook has more HP, but the Blackhawk's got guns, and you can shoot all the guns and then sell the Blackhawk, so that can be nice. And yeah, oh, I see. These are the other aero rifles. The ones with M60s aren't very good. These are alright, actually, for 55 points. 9 guys. Doesn't bring the flash or just any satchels in general, which I personally find very strange. Because what happens if... Well, I mean, how are you going to win a close range engagement? How are you going to win a town fight? So, like, these are very nice, actually. They're both decent. The Engineer's flash, if your micro's good, the flash one is better because you can just shoot all the flash and then leave before you die. And so I'd probably swap out... I mean, if you've got the grenade launcher, the 50 cal is worse than the MMG anyway. So I'm surprised by that decision. And so, yeah, I mean, so 2, 4, 6 CVs, okay. This is in the Chinooks, it's got more HP. This is forward deployed one. Your other forward deployed one is this one, which is worse for the same price. That's hilarious. Why is it the same price? Yeah, I'd just get rid of that and put that in so you can actually win a town fight. Right. 6 toe 2s is... I suppose it makes sense because you're going to be sat around a lot. You're going to be defending a lot, right? And then, yeah, this is the cheapo one to defend a bit of ground, but I mean, I personally would be bringing the MP Patrol for that task because it's also got the military police, and it doesn't come in a military police vehicle, but it's got the recoilless rifle, which is really nice against infantry, so I like to mix that in with the other squads. But the Fire Team Dragon, obviously, is much better against, vehicles. And then, yeah, this used to go 4-3, and then, I don't know, it got buffed to that, and then they reverted it. I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but it happened. And then, yeah, mortars for smoke. Lots of Sheridans. I mean, do you really need 16 of these? What about 13? But yeah, basically it's like late game spam time kind of thing going on here. Where, yeah, you just pump him out just to buy more and more time. So, because I played against him and he did buy all 16. So this, yeah, Hellfire for the opener. I mean, it's very risky, right? It can just die, so I like this one. But if you open with this, then you have to open with one of these. You know, it's hard to keep it alive, basically. Dies in one man-pad hit, but if it works very well. 6 lavs for going around the side and being annoying. Ground surveillance radar is always nice. The American snipers are fairly decent. I prefer airborne scouts because they come in a grenade launcher vehicle. You get more of them, and they've got AT4s. So I prefer them to the snipers. But we'll see how the snipers do in the game. 1 card Avengers, 1 card Vads, 1 card Stinger can make sense, or you can swap out the Avenger for this, and then your opener is actually incredibly powerful because you just buy all 3 of these in the opener. I used to be very against these, but buying all 3 of them in the opener gives you, you know, I mean, if you've got forward deployed AA, you don't really need it, but it can be useful. I suppose the idea is, well, you could just buy one of these in the opener, and it's actually more effective than this because it doesn't just die to the enemy plane immediately. So yeah, you probably don't need these on this div actually. Tow Cobras, I prefer the heavy hog over the regular hog because it dumps all its missiles really, really quickly, and the actual total payload isn't actually that much less. You know, because it's got fewer missiles, but they do more and they've got more accuracy. 2 Apaches. It's gone for the one with the Hydras. This is pointless because this exists. Because, like, yeah, this will still die from 1 pass to a plane and you only get 2 of them, so... yeah. This thing sucks balls, so I'm surprised he brings that. You can either bring 2 more of the AT1, or 2 more fighters to get 6 fighters, or you can bring this, so you can open with the Helo, and then you can just bring this in at the start and kill everybody. But then you've got to swap your Helo out for the cheaper one, right? This sort of does it by itself, you see, whereas, you know, if you're buying one of these and one of these at the start, and one of these, you've got no deployment, so it would have to be the cheaper Helo if you want to do that. But yeah, the HE bomb is crap. It's really bad. You're probably better off bringing another LGBT. I mean, they fixed it. And it drops 1 at once, so it's a 60-second reload. So I personally wouldn't bring this at all. I don't think it's very good. I mean, it can be, like, so basically I guess the idea is use it to kill enemy AA. Right, because it's not going to kill anything else, but you can use it to kill enemy AA. Personally, I'd probably... Well, I don't know, I mean, because you need some kind of strike craft, right? 4 fighters is a bit on the low side, though. I mean, do you really need 16 Sheridans? Wouldn't you rather have 2 more fighters? And, like, the 3 snipers... Well, that would be replaced by this. Yeah, it's a hard life, you know, playing 82nd Airborne. Switching to his opponents to cast whatever deck, we've got Pasta. Now, the reason I was looking something up is that I just cast another game of his recently where he was playing 5e. So, if you take a look, it's the same deck. He's just been spamming out 5e. That's how he got to rank 1. So, so there, it's identical. So I'll just link this in the description because there's no point just saying the same thing twice. And now we can get back to the game. Right, so with that out of the way, hopefully nobody noticed me stuttering when I said deployment instead of deployments. Yeah, 5e better div, generally. He's on the better side because of the things, right? And 5e basically destroys airborne divisions. It's kind of made to do it because obviously the Airborne gets there first, but actually you've got your own Airborne forward deployment, although it does come in 90 kilometers an hour transport, so they do get there first with their Airborne stuff, but you can catch them out with these Sublindes and just kill them before they can even unload. Hopefully we get to see some of that. And then as the game goes later, you've got a bunch of tanks that just absolutely chew up infantry because they've got autocannons on them, and you've got really nice artillery. Very strong infantry in the form of the commandos, right? And your AA's fairly decent with the minstrels and the rolling threes. So it's basically designed to kill airborne divs. That's how I'd put it. I mean, like, so it's sort of like First Armoured in that regard. First Armoured's kind of designed to kill 5e, basically. Anyway, yeah, so deployments. We got some Dragon Paras going to the church to see further than atheists and to the grain silo. Like I said, this side, it's got the nice stuff on it because of the tall buildings. Having said that, it has a disadvantage. Because if red gets to here, you can't actually reinforce Papa properly. You have to kind of bring him up here and then bring him across, and he can see that from there. So you can lose Papa quite easily as the blue side. So that's something to keep in mind. Having said that, it cuts both ways. If blue gets this, then they can take alpha quite easily. So the main thing for me are these tall buildings. Just makes it very... it just gives you... You can basically see the whole map if you've got somebody in all of these tall buildings. So we got Dragon Paras with the ground surveillance radar going to the church. Another one going to this silo. Surprised he's putting it there and not like here. But I mean, obviously it can, it can see further. Yeah, never mind. What am I talking about? Two Sublindes just sort of YOLOing down mid. Quite surprised he's putting that there because it wouldn't actually be able to shoot down here. Behind that, we got 4 minstrels, which is an interesting purchasing decision. Why isn't that 2 rolling 3s? And A commandos. That's really dumb. I'm not sure why he's done that. Then we got 2 more minstrels. This is very strange. So he's basically expecting to be heli rushed by 82nd Airborne, which on paper sounds yeah, but no. Dragon Paras. VLRA 50 and the AMX-10RC. So yeah, I don't know about this 6 minstrel opener. I think that's a bit dumb, but hey, he's rank 1, so. Switching to his opponent's deployment, we got long name here. Just going to be calling him Cali for the rest of the game. Doing some forward deploying. The auto cell is on the VAD, so once that unloads, it's going to struggle to move. And forward deployed... Alright, although this guy's open no CVs, so... But yeah, I mean, typically you want to take the +2 first. And like go Bravo Alpha, and then in the first tick just buy one for Lima. That tends to be quite helpful. Then we got a bunch of guys who haven't actually been pathed, and so they're just slowly going into the forest. Alright, then we got a couple more fire team dragons. I'm not a huge fan of them. I get kind of the point, it's just like cheap AT, but I'd rather just get more airborne basically, or just the regular... I get the AB Patrol M67, so it's a slightly different function. And then we got a sniper, one Veto 2, so yeah, if you're there, obviously you could shoot down there, and the Avenger. So let's cast the game. Right, so they're off, and he's realised... It's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get a Steam key for my game, Hearst Hero. I'll send them some more of those out today. They get the names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views, so if you're feeling bad about your ad block, it's a great way to support the channel. Otherwise, please just like the videos, it's free. Once I've... so there's no Steam page for Hearst Hero yet. It is on Steam, right? It's just there's no store page yet, so I need to sort that out, really, so I can set up a demo and say, please wishlist my game every video. Just shill even more. Like, this time next year, there won't actually be a video. It'll just be me shilling for 45 minutes, so you've got that to look forward to. So this is exactly what I was talking about in the deployments, and they both missed. But yeah, he could have killed an LRS, and I mean, look at all the points he could have got. So that's 40, 95, 170... what? 165? 175? 175 points he could have got there, but they both missed. I don't know if they were moving or what, but... Okay, well, I mean, he's got to watch out here. These things don't have a lot of armor. They don't have much motion accuracy either, but... Yeah, well, that was a bit dumb of him, but... the Toad 2 gets a kill. Have you noticed he's immediately moving it? Because he fears the artillery. But yeah, that was, I mean, a bit of bad luck followed by a bit of lack of skill. I was shilling. Where were we? So yeah, this. I mean, he should have started this on Bravo Alpha and then just first tick bought one for Lima, and he'd be on a +4 by now. I suppose it's not too different, but because the one on Lima, you'd want to basically, if you've got this sorted, it can go this way. Obviously, it would die in this case. So like Bravo Alpha and then Lima and then or Ligma or whatever, and then it can come up here and then it can come cap this from the back rather than getting one to do everything. I understand the idea behind not opening with 2 expensive CVs, but you should prioritize a +2 basically over the +1. Because it just immediately leads into Alpha, so you would get more points. It's not a big deal because his opponent didn't open any CVs and has now opened only 1, but if you notice he's prioritizing the +2. So yeah, Red's winning, which you'd expect. He's the Airborne div, he should get there first. But Blue's deployment was really, really, really weird. He just opened with like 6 minstrels, which is very strange. Doesn't really make any sense. Typically you'd want... okay, so he's buying artillery now, which can make sense, but he's got no front line. But yeah, it makes sense to buy the artillery so he can start cleaning out the Airborne div. But the thing is, he's so far behind on the points. He's so far behind on the points because his opponent is now going to cap mid and get himself a +2, +4. But yeah, 1 CV doing all that. Also, if you're red, you want some smoke, right? So like this is firing a Milan 2 at you hypothetically, and you have to keep going down this road, and this can see you and so on. So you would smoke here to cover, you know, right there-ish. Because it depends what you're worried about shooting, you this or this, but you know, if you're here, well, you can smoke there if you want. That gets you through. So yeah, Blue like no momentum, just lost all his momentum, and now he's buying a bunch of special forces infantry, so even less momentum. No IFVs. Yeah, because like obviously the other guys come in the VAB, which means that the VAB is there as well. This is a very strange gameplay from the rank 1 player. Although this guy, Kali, the Red Mist, legendary colour spelt the American way fixer, has stopped his CV here. Okay, he's noticed. But yeah, also when you buy this, you want it to be shooting straight away. Because it reloads. He's just bought 2 of these in a row. Like, I mean, this... Some weird decisions coming out here. Now, the advantage of the TOW2 is that it one-shots these tanks, so you have to be very careful with your AMX-30B2s. Because... well, you basically, as soon as you've smoked, you have to just wait for the smoke to come back before you do anything again with it. Because like, even this will one-shot it with the Hellfire. So you got to be very careful. So the idea is poke yourself forwards, find a baddie, get shot, retreat, arty, and just rinse and repeat over and over until all the Airborne are dead. This is a nice map to face Airborne on because it's so thin. I know it's like, whoa, what a big map. Well, not really, because nothing is happening from here onwards. And there's these 2 lakes here, there's a big lake here, so the playable area is this. It's actually very small. So there's not much maneuverability for the Airborne. Of course, if you're the Airborne, this LAV basically should be going around here with an Avenger para behind it. And, you know, you just go back here, right, and you can see stuff, and, you know, that's how you would do it. You basically, with the Airborne, you want to try and get the arty. The next thing you can do is So he's got helo supply. You can drive the LAV across the water because it's amphib. It is really slow though, and then you get it up to here. The issue up to here, and then you send it back. But the issue, of course, is that it will run out of fuel in the forest. So, and then the supply healer won't be able to land if it runs out of fuel in the wrong place. The other thing you do, of course, is just smoke the shit out of everything. So yeah, the Sheridans are kind of crap. The main advantage is, I mean, it's nice against infantry. The main thing is you don't get anything else, so you have to bring that. But no, it's got a lot of suppression on the ATGM, so even if it misses, it just suppresses them. So you can see this man is suppressed. And the other one died because the TOW 2 behind, or this one got it. So yeah, the Sublinde is nice for, you know, poking forward, seeing like that, and then so something like this is 100 points, as is this. So this should smoke now. He was too slow. And yeah, so you just poke forwards, arty and so on. Right, he's got time, and that's the other thing, right? That, you know, you can just shoot the stuff. An infantry TOW 2's got 3 HP though. Have you noticed he's moved the building? Very intelligent gameplay, because that should get arty'd now, that tower. Oh, what do you know? And then this CV, because it's a car one, should be next to these to buff them up. And as you can see, blue is rapidly dismantling red stuff. Here at least, right? The Sheridans, you know, they get hit once, they got a back, and this has ground surveillance radar, so you can see stuff better. It's very much an anti-airborne div 5e. It's pretty nice for it. Because you... Basically, a div which is very slightly slower, but slightly heavier than its opponent, will counter that opponent in most cases, because... But if it's too much slower, then you can get sort of like completely knocked out because you just can't build up in time, right? So if you're a... Well, I don't know, like T-72 divs are pretty decent against airborne as well, because they can actually survive the TOW 2s on the T-72s, but if you think about like a T-80 div, like 39Y, tends to get a bit bamboozled by airborne divs because it takes so long for it to get ready that, you know, the game ends. It just runs out of time. And that's why you don't see a lot of airborne in the games these days. It's not because it's weak in isolation. And you see the Sheridan there with the it's 1.5 HE on that gun, which is nice. 50 cal helps as well. It's not because they're weak in isolation, it's because the meta really is like these medium tanks. Medium tanks are very popular these days, and that makes airborne worse because medium tanks, you can get them quite quickly, and therefore you can push out the airborne, you know, before you run out of time, basically. But as you can see, like those, you know, those B2s, it's only been 10 minutes. Look how much shit he's managed to buy, and this is after he did it, like the worst opener known to man, and then decided to, you know, buy 2 arty, which, like the 2 arty, it does make sense because the whole point is to slowly push out the airborne player, right? And look, he's put the P4 PC next to it, so Pastor waking up a bit here. It's just about time now, right? Now, the other thing with the Sheridans is, do you notice the missile looks exactly like the TOW 2 missile? It sort of goes at the same speed, looks the same, makes a similar sound, right? So yeah, just look at that. I mean, and so when this is coming toward, look, it's identical. When this is coming towards you, like, this is shit. It does 16 AP, but you don't know what it is. You have to assume it's a TOW 2, and so you have to act accordingly. So this can zone things out quite effectively. Of course, it has bad stealth, so, you know, if the recon's close enough, you should be able to see it. These aren't shooting. Blue's being a bit of a silly Billy, basically. He needs to take this. Like, just walking down here is fine and all, but you're just constantly getting shot in the side, so he needs to take this. Instead of just doing this, but it's a very common issue. I gotta get in the zone. So, that's probably gonna die. Well, I mean, so this is like hasty making wasty here, because now he has to buy another CV. which he might buy now, or he just spent, yeah, there it is. So that's going to show up in like 2 more minutes. So his hasty has cost him 2 minutes. It's made wasty, as they say. Right. So yeah, red. Oh, he's doing the thing. So yeah, he sent a supply with it as well in case it runs out of fuel, which it is doing. So the Hellfire coming out, it did miss. There's a lot of minstrels if you recall. Hellfire missed again. So this can survive a minstrel hit, so he just immediately backs, and he backs. So if you notice, this was in front of that, sort of. I mean, only a little bit, but it was. That's very helpful, because it means that, because if this gets hit, it lives, and if this gets hit, it dies, so obviously you want, you want the tankier one in front to tank, as it were. Grenade launch is very effective against this kind of massed infantry, but like, yeah, I mean, it's a bit one-dimensional. I guess it's mainly because the tanks, a lot of them died, right? So we hear the plane now. Oh, this is going to be pretty juicy, actually. So that's 5 units, and now it's 3. 3 wounded units. And yeah, the Roan 3s are out now. I mean, because that just would have been a better... Instead of these 4 minstrels, there should have been, you know, maybe a Roan 3 and 2 minstrels. Or just 2 Roan 3s. I mean, it depends if you want to do like a big armoured attack, it would be 2 Roan 3s. But 2 minstrels and a Roan 3, because the... You know, the Roan 3 kills the planes and stuff, right? These things coming at Nova is a bit kind of dumb. You shouldn't do that. It's very silly. So Red's still on that +2. And, you know, the next CV's finally shown up. How many points did he get on the boards? Because that CV went in too fast. The other thing is smoke mortars, right? Both sides could be smoke mortaring. Have you noticed he keeps moving the TOW 2s? It's very intelligent gameplay, because... It's a big arty target, as you can see, right? Same with this one. He saved it. It's a 100-point unit. You gotta take care of it. Yeah, looking for a target. Looks like Blue's finally going to sort this out, right? No more tricks up Red's sleeve in this regard. Although I suppose he could buy another bomber and just blow this up. Smoke. Yes, he smoked. Going on that Sheridan again. No CV for it now, right? This guy being in the open can be a bit deleterious to one's mental health, because if this sees it, it's just going to kill it. It does have smoke. But yeah, he's in the back line now, like he's losing stingers, he's losing supply. This TOW 2 is probably not long for this world. Although it did get an AMX-30, that's with stun now. So you see that Kiowa's back, Roan 3s are there. So these are 105mm, which are not very good, but you don't have a choice, you don't have anything else, and certainly with that corrected shot, and it being so close, and there not really being anywhere to hide here, he does get the kill. So Heavy Hog, it can dump its missiles pretty quickly. Uh-oh, he's going to get a second. No, he gets out. So yeah, Blue's struggling a bit with the AA situation, and really it just comes down to like the way he took this zone was like really wasteful. I mean, he just kept going down here. He has now secured this, but if he'd done that first and then pushed in, well, all this would be dead, and he wouldn't just constantly be getting side shot. But you see that the B2s are, I mean, they keep dying, but they're quite easy to mass. Whereas a T-80BV, you know, it gets hit by a TOW 2, it still has to go... Well, I mean, I suppose it wouldn't die, but it still has to smoke off the enemy TOW 2. It's still going to be out of action until the smoke comes back. But it costs twice the price, so you've only got one of them instead of 2. The disadvantage of the B2, of course, is that it just can't take the hit. It will die, as the Hasty is making wasty here. So yeah, once you drop off these Blackhawks, you just use them to shoot all their bullets, and then when it, like so that you just sell that now. I mean, he can repair it if he wants, but he would get full price back for that, unlike you know, Broken Arrow. And then yeah, the Roan 3 gets taken out by Humvee TOW 2. So yeah, Toe 2s are pretty good against these sort of, you know, Leopard 1s and AMX-30B2s, but generally I would say the Leopard 1 divs, the AMX-30B2 divs counter the Airborne div, not the other way around. It just depends on the micro of the player, right? Pasta's making a lot of mistakes here, he just keeps losing. I mean, look at that, he just lost a minute's income. He killed a Toe 2 for it, but... I mean, he's almost paid for himself there. If he gets that Toe 2, I suppose he has. Issue with the Alpha ones, right? I mean, they are amazing. It's just they've got 6 salvo lengths, so they're really greedy on the supply. But there goes another 100 points. So it's like blue is actually sort of winning the trades, or it's even. Red's coming back in with that 1 CV, right? He's only still got 1 CV. His RT's not dead. I was just checking that. Another B2 goes down. Yeah, I mean it's it just comes down to the positioning, right? He's attacking here and he's attacking here. Well, he should just be attacking here because then he can't get shot from over here, right? So once you get to about there, well then the enemy can't reinforce this, and then you push this, preferably from this way, so these guys don't shoot you. But when the enemy's ticking up, come on, man, really? When the enemy's ticking up, you tend to suffer from hasty, and as you know, that makes wasty, right? But yeah, moving the Toe 2 after every shot, very intelligent game of play. Oh, that one might hit him. Whoa! Okay. And yeah, the 105s, I mean, you know, if you're that close and he's in a very, very, very small space, then yes, you will hit him. So they do have their place. VAD's always nice to see. Airborne VADs with the free veterancy, very nice against infantry. That's a great spot for it. Although a tank here could shoot you and you'd be outranged. That would be better. But then he wouldn't get the helo, right? So, here we go, the labs around the side. Look, he's going for the arty. That's the plan. That's the plan. You need to go for the arty. Because that's his big advantage over you. Well, obviously the armor, yeah, that's obviously one big advantage. The other big advantage is the arty. He gets better arty than you, and so he can just kill all of your tow teams, your MMGs, your HMGs, your VADs. You can just kill all your stuff. It just makes it so much harder to defend, so you need to kill the arty, you need to focus the arty. So as you can see, that died there to just this driving by. So if he'd actually had that on an attack move, he would have killed the CV. It wouldn't have done too much for him, like. Did he refuel this, or did he just sort of... No clue, mate. But yeah, he's going for the arty, and that's very sensible. The other thing you can do is try and plane it, but, you know, the AA is usually here, so you would have to come in over here and then fly in, or come in over the lake, maybe, but these would still hit you, so... Oh, no, that's... Alright, okay, so he switched off his weapon, and this has noticed him, because it's going there. I thought it was just on a sort of standard attack. Oh, yeah, and he's moving the arty now. But he's not moving it a lot. Huh. Maybe he didn't notice it. And yeah, the 16 Sheridans can be useful just to buy time. Like, in the deck reveals, like, should he upvet this, should he not? But you don't gain too much by upvetting them. The idea is just buy more time, buy more time, buy more Sheridans, buy more time, because they've got ATGMs on them, and 3 armor, so they tend to survive a hit. The ATGM itself has very poor pen, but because it looks exactly like a TOW 2... Okay, I mean, he's... Like, what is going on here? He's just He just fired a bullet at something, but he switched the guns off again. I'm not sure what... Like, Pasta's trying to find him. I don't... Does he not have helis? I mean, we saw a heli before. I think he doesn't bring the recon heli. No, he does not bring the recon heli. He's got Gazelle Hot 2s and Gazelle cannons, but this would immediately kill that. But the idea is, at least you'd know where it is, just so you could kill it. Oh wow, so it got that AMX-10RC, which is a nice kill. It's so silly. He's trying to get that. Oh, he might. If he gets to there, he might see. Oh no, he can't see it. He can't see it. Interesting. And yeah, the Dragon 2's... I mean, that's a side shot there, so... What's he doing? It's only got 4 sidearm, you gotta be careful. Yeah, it just comes down to, like, Pasta's attack plan here was just kind of really shit. He really should have taken this. But he just keeps... And it's really easy to fall into this trap because you're here and the zone's right there. So you're like, well, I'll just go down this forest. No, you just die. You get shot from both sides, no matter which way you're attacking. You need to take this. This is how you take these zones. This is the most important part. And it just goes to show, like, so Steel Division 1's flag system is literally just, it just draws a curve over the whole map. And that's got some disadvantages, because it basically tells you where the enemies are, which is kind of dumb. But it is cool in that it gets you out of this kind of lane brain mentality, where you're like, I'm here, zone there, I go down there and die. And like, this is the rank 1 player, and he's making that mistake. Oh, come on, really? All he had to do there was smoke. He definitely had that smoke. Damn, all that time, man, he could have got these. He was so patient, and then he just... threw it all away. Could have just reversed, he would have been okay. You hate to see it. So the smoke's out, and that, you know, so smoke is the great canceller of ATGMs, right? If there's smoke there, you can't fire ATGMs, so he could have done some smoking when he attacked. And yeah, it's just like, it's a time game. When you're playing as Airborne, it's can I win in the time? And some of it's kind of map dependent, right? So if you get Chandra, which I think was taken out of rotation, but it's got no middle point. So you're not going to be on a +2, like this is a +2. A lot of the times you're only on a +1, which means the enemy has twice as long to sort it out. Having said that, I do think this map is overall bad for Airborne. Yeah, the Tarasques at 1 vet, sort of spoke about that in the deck review last time, as you recall from the deck review. We've seen Pastor on 5e before. If they're at 1 vet, they kind of don't do anything and they're shit, so, you know. What happened there? We just launched into the ground or something. What? Must have just lost vision or something, I don't know. That's a very expensive loss. These need some heals, really. He's doing it now. But yeah, you can smoke to stop Airborne ATGMs, or you can blob your Gazelle cannons and lose 2 of them. Very sad. Or you can RT, or you can just not attack in dumb places where you get shot from multiple angles, and you know, and that's where the smoke helps, right? So let's say you are pushing down here for whatever reason. Well, okay, you can smoke all this. I mean, if you really want to do that. But yeah, typically you just want to take this, and he definitely could have. He had the troops. He took it, and then he sort of lost it again, right? It's because he just kept coming down here and getting shot from over here. So red counter-attack over here, and not there's actually 080 on this side of the map. Like Gazelle Hot 2, I suppose, but LAV should just kill that. And this has a 50 cal on it anyway, so he should smoke now, and then I think he's looking over here, right? It's sort of been a general advance called, so... Smoke? He right-clicked it, so he was looking. No excuse. But yeah, typically as the Airborne player, you can use smoke as well. Like, if you're doing a big infantry attack, you would smoke it up, right? Oh, wow, so he can see that because of this. And he misses and dies. So that's what I meant about you got to come around from, like, so if you, I suppose this is here, so you'd have to come all the way around, but just possible. Alternative, well, no, if he'd gone over the lake, those would have shot him. I think it was probably worth a try. Although, there's only 4 minutes left, so how many more times can this shoot in 4 minutes? That was not worth it at all. Although, yeah, if this gets in, then it is not going to be 4 minutes, so... So yeah, LAV's coming down, and they should just take this. CV is in on this side, gives him a +4. Jaguar HE should be going for the CV. He's not giving it an order, so it's sort of munging out. You hate to see it, as they say. And yeah, then you just sell this. Well, they're really not so bad, these Blackhawks now, given the price decreases. I thought that was going for. So P4PC gets in mid, and that will actually stop the tick, because this is a +2 and these are +1s. So that will stop the tick. But red, oh, he's got a Kilo CV. Not sure what happened there. Oh, that's in a good spot. It's a really good spot. Sniper appears to be engaging the P4PC. And will now explode, presumably. No, they're going on the Avenger. Okay. He needs smoke. I don't think this is getting in there, frankly. So there you go. 11 minutes left. I mean, blue... If he kills this, then obviously... it will continue to be stopped. He's got to get a lot of points on the board to win. He'd basically have to clear all this out in 11 minutes, which... it's not easy. So yeah, you need some smoke. Like these howitzers, for example, can actually do the smoking there to get that in, but I mean, it is just going to die 5 seconds later anyway, so probably not a good idea. Red's best bet is probably to come in over here, and because if he owns this side, then yeah, you can get a Humvee TOW2 there, and you can actually come in this way and this way, that sort of thing. So, Apache's probably dead. I can't really see it surviving that. Yeah. He's trying to land this. I think they'll get around in time, because he should have gone forwards and landed. But then he'd be in vision, so they'd get him with the guns. I mean, these are at 2 there, so... Okay, it actually ran out of ammo there. So he needs the other one. So it's going to land now, but like you see how lethargic these things are. If you just press T over and over again on the ground, like look, it didn't even... Helos in this game are so retarded. It didn't land. It went most of the way down and then stopped to do a little wiggle and wait a little bit longer. But looks like Red's got his breakthrough here. And actually he's killed everybody here as well, so... I guess the VAD's got the... Hot 2 and the TOW2 got the Brennus or B2 or whatever it was, so yeah, it's looking pretty Jova for Pasta, the former rank 1 player. See, I'm just going to speed up a little bit here, because I mean, he's got no troops, so he's obviously going to play it out. But, I mean, look, this is a very over game, bro. Some people just can't take the L. I am one of those people, actually, so can't judge, really. So there you go, GG. Now, after this game, Pasta went on the Warriors Discord and said that he was intentionally, not because of this game, like a couple days later, he said he went into ranked and just surrendered 100 games in a row or something. So he was rank 1. I shit you not. Okay, I guess it was 43. And then he just went into ranked and just surrendered over and over and over and over again to down his rank. Why, I don't know. Probably so he can get easier games, so he can beat people up. But you know, they've both got anime sensibilities, so that there's no real winner here, frankly. Society loses. But yeah, hopefully you can understand like the premise behind the Airborne Div, the premise behind how you beat it, and generally it just came down to attacking in the bottleneck. That was just really dumb. Cost him too much time. Cost him too many units. Because his KD was actually bloody awful, but I think at that point in the game it wasn't too bad. Anyways, do let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. GG.